What if there were a pair of headphones that would almost never fall off, still let you hear your surroundings to stay safe, had a great battery life, and sounded pretty damn good while doing it? Well, that's the OpenRun Pro, so let's dive in. These are the third pair of headphones that I have from them, and they continue to be one of the most reliable, enjoyable devices that I use. The OpenRun Pro's major changes over the OpenRun or previous devices from Shokz. These now have a 10-hour battery life with improved quick charge, improved audio quality, and we'll test that. They're a bit less waterproof than some past versions like the OpenRun, and they support the newest Bluetooth 5.1 with multi-point pairing. Quick disclosure, these were sent to me by Shokz for testing, no money exchanged hands, and they did not get any review or input on this video before I posted it. Okay, so back to these. In the box, you get the headphones, one proprietary charging cable, and one semi-hard case. On the headphone itself, there's 3 buttons, a volume rocker with power button, a multifunction button that lets you play, pause, skip, go back a song, or hang up and answer calls. The OpenRun Pros have a 10-hour battery life with improved quick charge functionality. Past generations had between 6 to 8 hours of battery life. The old Airs that I have did not support quick charge and took 2 hours to charge. The OpenRuns only take 1 hour to charge to 100% for a 10-hour runtime, and you can get an hour and a half usage in only a 5-minute charge, which is awesome. So the charging solution has evolved over the years. The Airs that I have used a micro USB. The OpenSwims used a different proprietary charging and data cable, and these new ones use a magnetic attachment. Though it doesn't really matter unless you collect headphones like I do, it would be nice to see consistency across products, but it also does seem that this new charger is the future because that was the one that they put on the OpenRun when they updated it from the Aeropex. Okay, so let's go over how bone conduction headphones work and who they're great for. So they rely on vibrations through these pads to transfer audio into your ear. And in the real world, it translates into the ability to listen to music while also keeping your ear canal unobstructed to outside sound, which is particularly valuable for running or even biking in public. Now, let's talk about audio quality. These use the updated drivers, which were specifically designed to add in more bass and body to the sound. So what's the difference? The Airs sound okay, but the audio is a little muddy and definitely lacking bass. The OpenSwims added in a bit of bass, but significantly improved on the clarity, and the Pros actually add in a bit of bass beyond that. I'd still say it's lacking compared to how music is probably intended to listen to out of high quality music headphones, but I also think that the audio has reached the point of being absolutely good enough for working out, and even good enough that a case could be made for using these as office headphones when you specifically don't want to block out all external sound. Here's an audio demo I've created. So it's not possible to record sound directly from these, so I created this using non-copyrighted audio in my editor, and I think it's representative of the difference between the headphones. It's not perfect, but it'll give you an example of the relative strengths and weaknesses. I do suggest headphones for this. One other note, because they don't use your ear canal to transfer sound, you can actually use foam earplugs in conjunction with these. I've used these on planes and my other ones too, and they're some of the best headphones I've found for planes because you can use the foam earplugs and still get great sound. So if you wanted to block external sound, that's an option. So next, let's talk form factor because I think it's nearly as important as audio quality. If you're someone who struggles with earbuds falling out, unsealing, or causing ear fatigue as a result of having them in over the course of hours, then moving to a headband device like these might be great. I'm basically at the point where I don't see myself using traditional headphones again because because having to never consider my headphones is worth it to me. So let's look at how the headband works while worn with other things. As you can see, there's basically no problem at all wearing these with sunglasses, glasses, or a hat. If you're wearing a bike helmet, I found the best order to be putting the helmet on first, then the headphones, then the sunglasses. Still comfortable, just a lot going on. The only real issue I've had with the headband form factor comes with beanies, as it's somewhat difficult to get the beanie over the ear and then back down your neck. If you run with a beanie on during the winter and need full coverage, these might be a little difficult. Also, they only come in one size, and I feel like it's just a tiny bit large. The Open Runs come in regular and mini. I would like to see that option come to the pros so I could have the band tight against my neck, but looking at the website, it doesn't seem like I'll get my wish. Not a huge deal. So a lot of good, but let's run through a few of the negatives that I've noticed. The Open Run was IP67 waterproof, and the Pro and the old Air that I have are only IP55 water resistant, which is the difference between 1 meter of submersion versus moisture splashing. I can say I've been using my Air for years, and I'm a very sweaty person, and I usually rinse these off and they're fine. So I suspect it's probably not a huge concern. I also think that the waterproofing probably has to do with the changes in the driver design to allow for additional bass, but still, I'll always take more waterproofing. Next up, the main multifunction button is a little less tactile than I prefer. This is an area of product design I just have really strong opinions on, but I consider button tactility and response to be extremely important, especially as I'm often skipping songs while in the midst of a hard run and I'm searching for the right one. It works, and it has a good click to it, but say 5% of the time, I can't quite tell if I skipped the song or paused the song, and I have to wait to see what the music does. The Air was a little bit better in this regard, and the OpenSwim is great, and the volume buttons are great, so it's just that one button. Next, just due to the way that these vibrate music into your head, some people have reported that it causes a tickling feeling right here. It's not something that I've experienced, but wanted to call that out. And next, something that isn't really a con, just an improvement that I think could move these into just end game headphone territory. So these are Bluetooth headphones that play audio streaming from like your phone. The OpenSwims are storage-based headphones that play MP3 files stored in the internal memory. I actually use these apart from swimming on short runs where I don't want to take my phone with me. So since we know that Shokz has the tech built for storage and playback, the thought of a dual mode device is super appealing. Better yet, if the headphones could store music from a streaming service like Spotify, that would make them just one of the best all-in-one devices I can imagine anyone making. And then last, the price. They're definitely really good headphones, but $180 is still a lot of money to spend on running headphones. The Open Runs, the non-pros, are $110 at the price at the time of filming, and that's a lot of headphones for $70 off. I think you could do well going with either, and if music quality isn't the top thing you care about, the Open Runs would be a really good pick. I think the audio improvements are really nice over these older devices, but it's up to you to decide whether that's worth the extra cost. Overall, I'm just happy to say that Shokz consistently makes some of the most satisfying products I've used. If you've been around my channel for a while, you know I am not easy to please when it comes to these relatively expensive consumer electronics designed for working out. There are only two categories of device that firmly sit in my top tier love it category: bone conduction headphones and the Garmin Varia. They both solve a very specific problem, they work extremely well, and they're reliable. The OpenRun Pros are not perfect, they're just so much better than everything else. For me, it's just not a question that I'm going to keep using bone conduction headphones. The form factor, never needing to deal with earbuds falling out, and the ability to hear the rest of the world or block it with headphones or with earplugs makes them perfect for me. Amazon link in the description if you're going to buy it from them anyway, and if you found this helpful, or as always, go support your local running store if you can. I'm sure they would appreciate it. Comments or questions down below, and I will see you next time.